Could you give some high points during the 6.5 years, your individual high points, or select a couple of moments that mean a lot to you in terms of coaching?
Yeah, I mean, even the disappointment that I've had, some of the high points are just probably some of the messages I've received in the last 48 hours, just from ex-players or people who've said that that there was a real impact during that 6.5 years. Some of them who went through that, because I know that the trophies are the visible things, the wins are the visible things, but you want to try to help people get better, not just players improve. And I think that I worked as hard as I could to do that. So it doesn't always work out in the 2 40-minute periods. Those two incredibly brutal, but incredibly enjoyable 40-minute periods where we've had those trophies fall our way, and to end as we did is really disappointing. Obviously, Twickenham in the Grand Slam is special. Just that first half in Twickenham, that was as good as we got, probably, along with Chicago in 2016. We played a team that had won 6 out of 6 in the Rugby Championship, amassed 35 tries, conceded 5 across those 6 games against the best the Southern Hemisphere had, and we got 5 all by our lonesome in a super game, which was an expression of what we were capable of doing. And there's been some special days with the crowd. I would say one of my best memories is France at the last World Cup. The Irish crowd that were in the Millennium Stadium that day were absolutely phenomenal. And I know the next week didn't go well for us with the carnage that happened in that game, but it was an incredibly proud moment to watch the players acknowledge the crowd and the support that we had. It's only just last November, not even a year ago, that we had the reverse result against New Zealand, not with the same margin, but I felt we really deserved to win that day, and the crowd was phenomenal. I'll take away some really special memories, but they're a little bit hard to dig out at the moment because they're clouded by the disappointment of Saturday evening.
Joe, in 2015 you had the next season, the next match to try and work through, get over the disappointment. What's the difference now? The job is finished as such. Is it going to be more difficult? Have you been thinking about it?
Yeah, because it's what you finished on, and so it is more difficult, and because that's I've finished as a rugby coach, and it's hard to step away with that as your last involvement. But at the same time, I can only work as hard as I can work, and I've worked with incredibly good people, the staff and the playing staff. So I do think, as well as that, I know these players, and I'm going to really enjoy watching them continue to progress. And I think Andy and the team, they're still going to be doing a super job. So I'm really looking forward to the Six Nations. I might, instead of looking through the glass, I might just have one in my hand, and I'm looking forward to that.
Joe, I know you said it in your statement that I'm finished as a rugby coach. Do you leave the door open to coming back? Most of us on the outside think, what else is he going to do?
Yeah, I'm sure my wife is thinking, what else is he going to do as well? I know that I'm not going to do it in the near future, and I've been blown away by some of the approaches and incredibly humbled by them. But I made a commitment that I'm going to absolutely stick to through to at least June, July of next year, and then as a family we'll sort of step back and decide what people want to do and how we'll go about things, because it hasn't been a job. It's been a way of life. It's been 7 days a week, and I think I can honestly say in 6.5 years I've not taken one full day off. There's not one day where I don't think I've either been scribbling notes or watching footage or getting to a game or doing some coaching or going into a club and doing something, and I've loved it.
I know it's very fresh, but as a coach, what's the biggest thing you've learned from the experience in Japan?
Probably you have a rhythm, and if the rhythm works, you want to keep adding, but it's if you completely, not completely, but if you do change what you do, I think it's about doing it with a balance, because that rhythm is a bit of a comfort blanket for players in their preparation. And one of the things in Japan that was very difficult, I think if you have a look at the games that were played last weekend, I think the French, they win for sure if they don't get the red card. They're 19-10 up at the time, and they're outplaying Wales at the time. I think the English outplayed the Australians, the All Blacks outplayed us. Any of those teams who got the weekend off, I think it was a massive boon, and it gave them that preparation window. We flew back into Tokyo kind of late in the evening on the Monday, so we trained on the Tuesday and the Thursday, and we had a few knocks and niggles from the Samoans. That, I don't know if you've seen them up close and personal, but they hit hard, and I do think that we didn't quite have the same rhythm that the All Blacks, and talking to their coaching staff, it was the same, and some of their players. So if you can get as much, retain that really positive rhythm going into matches, I do think it makes a difference. And we changed that during the Six Nations, and we changed it because we wanted to be really good in the World Cup, and we probably would have been better off just to stay with our week-to-week focus, to live in the moment and play the tournament we were in. And if I had my time over, I'd probably change that. But my time's finished, so they'll be great learnings that the team and the squad and the coaching staff, the current coaching staff, will take forward.
Okay.